Hey everybody, welcome back to Silent Hill 4. So we are going to do the hospital section of the game now. That's the next world we have up after we go through the hole. So this is going to be a shorter video because the hospital world is not like any other world in the game. It's shorter in length, but it also has a very different feel from any other world. Any other stage that we encounter. So it doesn't really blend well with any of the other stages, so I prefer to keep it its own video. We already surveyed everything. Oh yeah, we gotta put away the keys first. We no longer need those at all. Because once we get back to the apartment building, everything's gonna be open. So yeah, we're gonna try to cover the complete hospital in this one video. It shouldn't take too long. But I do want to gather some resources, so if we take some damage, we might need to restart. I don't remember the exact point at which the fan stops working. I think it's after you rescue Eileen, so we got until then to actually gather some health. The hole. Where will it lead to this time? Eileen, I wonder if she's okay. Enter the hole? Yes. After this, I gotta get back to recording Astrobot. We got like 2 videos left. I was gonna do Alone in the Dark, but I might as well finish off Astrobot. It's mainly just getting bonus stuff now. The remaining robots, outfits, costumes, colors for the speeder, stuff like that. Nothing too critical. Then we'll do the final boss fight again once we have every other robot that's left. Every Silent Hill game has to have a hospital, right? I'm feeling much better today. No allergies, thankfully, so should be able to actually, talk clearly into the mic. What is he doing? Looks like he's operating. If you look closely, that's Claudia. You can see that's Claudia's face. Get out of there, Henry. He's not armed, but somehow I don't think that will matter. Now the weird thing is, if he gave you the hole, you figured you'd figure it would direct him away from where he is. And actually, we're gonna go back. Because I just remember we need the buck can. I don't know, should we? Nah, you know what, forget it. Let's just grab this stuff over here, because if we use the can for the bugs, this is gonna be one more item we have to carry. We're gonna have to make an extra trip. I like how everything just vanishes in the cutscene. Fun fact, Walter will kill the bugs to himself. Either he enjoys it or else he's annoyed by them just as much as Henry is. What's a woman's handbag doing here? It must be Eileen's. Take Eileen's bag? Yes. Looks like it caused a little bit of damage. So this weapon sucks. You probably don't want to use it. The only weapons you want to use for Eileen are... I'll tell you which ones they are. God damn, get off me, fool. There's one more. Oh, here he is. Alright, we got rid of him. Where's the other one? Oh, there he is. We could hear him. Take that, Hawk Bat. Yeah, so the only weapons you want to use for Eileen are the chain and the riding crop. The riding crop hits hard, at least harder than the handbag, so it's pretty useful in the subway section coming after this. And the chain, which you get later on, can cause a lot of damage and allows her to defend herself. You can give Eileen orders. So what you have to do is you kind of have to clear away the toughest enemies and leave her. If you even let her fight at all, just leave her with like one, so she can take it down easily with the weapon. So you noticed earlier, like I said, that was Claudia's face model. They reused it, just like they reused Angela in Silent Hill 3. So this is obviously the fourth of the hospitals we've seen in the series up until this point, but it's actually my least favorite. I don't really like this hospital that much compared to the others, except for some of the weird stuff you find here. Like, even from a design standpoint, even the one in Silent Hill Origins is superior to this. I think the only one that's worse would be the hospital from Silent Hill Homecoming, and we don't really talk about that game, so no use in bringing it up. I think that's the only one that's actually worse. All the others are better than this. Except for Shattered Memories, I don't think it had a hospital. Alright. Yeah, listen to that sound effect. That's disgusting. Nasty. Who the hell designed that? Who chose that? The operating table. There's a bloodstained cover on top of something. I don't even want to imagine what's under that cover. So was Walter basically creating the monster? Because it was lying down on the table and now it's up and has his face deformed and all that stuff. It no longer looks like Claudia. So was he creating the monsters basically and then spawning spawning them into the hospital? There's a strange human-shaped object. I used to think that this was the mannequin that we'll find later on in Forest World, but I don't think that's it. Unless it is, I'm not really sure. That's what I thought because the memo there references that the mannequin has been cut into 5 pieces, so I always thought it was this one lying on the operating table, but why would it be lying here when it should be in Forest World? So not really quite sure what that is. It's a bloody operating table. That guy, what in God's name was he doing here? Looks like he was doing surgery, Henry. Kind of stitching them up like Chucky. Oh, Chucky got cancelled after season 3. I'm not that surprised because season 3 wasn't as great. It wasn't as great as the other two, but still, I hate when shows end on a cliffhanger. That sucks. So if Don Mancini gets a new movie soon, he better focus on what happened and cover it at least in the intro. Like, the whole movie doesn't have to be about it, but at least cover what actually happens to those kids in the intro. Come on, man. Or like put out a comic book or something, or a book. I don't know, just a web series, whatever you can. Just find a way to end the cliffhanger and then move on, because that sucks. That was what happened to the Legends of Tomorrow team. Also, they I heard they actually did a pretty good finale for the series, but then they got greedy and they wanted to wring one more season out of it. So the showrunner went back and added in a cliffhanger that was completely unnecessary at the end of that episode. And guess what? They got canceled by the CW, so now the whole series ended on a cliffhanger. Even though from all accounts that I've heard, they actually had the perfect finale. Like, what a freaking dumbass that guy was. But yeah, like, I guess this is why you don't end TV shows on a cliffhanger. Not anymore. You could do that back in the days of the X-Files or Star Trek The Next Generation, even Lost. But nowadays with streaming and all that stuff, no. You cannot end any show on a cliffhanger. Resolve the storylines, and then if you can leave like 1 or 2 threads open, but not a cliffhanger. Resolve the storylines, and then if you get a second or third season, then you bring in the new stuff. You know, you should know better by now. And these guys are like 50, 60 years old running these shows sometimes, so like they should know better. They've been experiencing TV all this time. You should know better than to do that. You cannot end any show, no matter what it is. Doesn't matter what the genre is. Drama, sci-fi, horror, comedy, etc. It doesn't matter. You cannot end any show on a cliffhanger in today's environment, in the atmosphere we have with streaming and all that stuff, because you know you may not get a second chance to resolve that storyline. You have to end it. You have to end the current storyline cleanly, no matter what it is. Then you could bring in new stuff if you get a new if you get a new season. There are all sorts of medical things, but I wouldn't know what to do with any of them. Like the Justice League show, way back on Cartoon Network years and years ago. What was that, 20 years ago, something, 18 years? Like, they ended each and every season cleanly. No cliffhangers, no unresolved threads, nothing. They got approved for 2. They ended 2 because they figured that's all that they were going to get. So they did the first invasion arc with the Thanagarians. They ended that cleanly. They did the Canvas arc when they got the second season. They ended that cleanly. And they ended it cleanly with Justice League Unlimited. I don't remember if there was a second season of the regular Justice League with the 7. Just the original 7. But I do know no matter what, they ended the Canvas arc very, very cleanly. Nothing was left unresolved at all. And then they got a bonus season from Cartoon Network because the ratings were so high. So they basically said, oh, you know what? We're going to do what we want. We're just going to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff that we were afraid to do before. We're going to do it now, since this is basically, for all intents and purposes, a bonus season. We never planned on it. We never planned on writing it, but they gave it to us. So we're going to treat the fans to some fan service. And they did. And they still had a wonderful finale for the story at the end. But again, they weren't counting on that. They knew they had to resolve every single storyline by season 2 of Justice League Unlimited. They knew that, and so that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. Got a box cutter. Paper cutting knife. Originally made for cutting paper, it's hard to use as a weapon. Yeah, because it's so short. And that blade is dull. Those are the things you use to open packages when you're working in retail. We were actually required to have one in Sears. There's the medical chart. Or medical display, rather. Eileen, are you still alive? I like this little tune that they put. It's supposed to show like the emotion Henry is feeling, but the problem is he's so unemotional that it's almost like too much of a contrast. There are a lot of photos pinned up on the board. Could these be Eileen's picture? Yeah, obviously it has her face on it, you fucking dumbass. Who else is it gonna be? There are lots of forms with the name St. Jerome's Hospital on them. St. Jerome's Hospital, that's not too far from my apartment. Yeah, who else is it gonna be? Henry? Did someone else get brought in who looks exactly like her and got attacked by Walter? You freaking dumbass. It's a bunch of medical equipment and stuff. It's a nurse's memo. I lost Eileen Galvin's hospital room key. She was a patient running with severe injuries. I wonder if I left it in one of the other hospital rooms. I really hope not. So I have a theory that these memos are not really being written out. Rather, they are people's thoughts being reflected into paper. Because remember, this is a completely alternate world. So I don't think a lot of this stuff is actually written down. I think it's just the thoughts people are having. You'll see it later on also when we find some of the weirder memos. I don't think like that nurse actually wrote that down. I think those were her thoughts that she was thinking. Now we're gonna get ambushed in not this one, I think in that room over there, around the corner. Yeah, the problem with this hospital is, aside from the second floor, which has a lot of oddities and cool stuff, it's too boring. It's a bed with wheels. They must move patients with this. I wonder if Eileen is in this room. No, because you can see what's in this room, Henry. There's nothing here. I guess what he meant to say is, I wonder if she was in this room. You know, if she was here once. But come on, man. We got a nutrition drink. The light is broken and lying on top of the operating table. That just reminds me of the streamer from YouTube who hated that. I should probably watch her videos sometime, see if she did any more Silent Hill games or horror games like Resident Evil. But yeah, she hated that they switched to nutrition drink at the fourth game. She was always used to the health drinks. There are gonna be 2 of those giant burping stuff here, so I wonder if that's meant to resemble like a baby's burping. That's the only thing I can think of why they would pick that sound effect, because it's just goofy as hell. It just completely takes you out of the game. Just hit him with the charge. Got it. Both of them, hell yeah. And you have to hit him twice, because you see they're still breathing. You have to hit him twice, or else they might get up again. Kind of think about the way they're split on the 2 colors like that. It actually reminds me a bit of the third boss monster from Persona 3. Remember the one that was split in black and white? The queen that had like this massive dress that kind of lifted on her, and you can see under her dress. That's what it reminds me of a bit. She was split like that in, like down the middle between black and white. There should be an ampule in here. I never know how to pronounce that. Ampule? You want to save that for the end, because that's what you're going to use in the final boss fight. You're not going to use medkits, you're going to use those. So you want to save those. Do not use them under any circumstances until the very end. Okay, so we got what was in here. How many slots do we have? We have 4. So I wonder if it would be worth it to so there's the hole. It's the baby's medical chart. Obviously that's Walter's. I think we can pretty discuss him freely now. We can pretty much discuss him freely because we know Walter Sullivan is behind this. So that's Walter's chart when he was brought here as a baby. They don't tell you that outright, but obviously make the connection, you know, put the pieces together. Frank found the baby, he called the authorities, they took him to a hospital. And obviously there's a baby's medical chart here, so this is where he was brought, which is why it's even in the game in the first place. This is his version of it. It's an elevator, but the door button is broken and it's not responding. Okay, so we have 3 slots. We can pick up 3 items, so might as well go and pick up 3 items and see what we can find. We're gonna have to make 2 trips to the hole, because we want to store all this stuff for later on. One neat thing about this is that the rooms always change. They're completely randomized. There's no set order for them, unlike the other Silent Hills. Oh man, that stinks like hell. What the hell is it? Henry has to put that pause in. What the hell? This is his signature trademark. Looks like umbilical cords, actually, rotten ones. Too bad we can't pick up those bottles. Alright. I like to go one by one across from it. More health drinks, hell yeah. Or nutrition drinks. Heals your body with supplemental nutrition. That always stuck with me. That girl was so offended that they switched to nutrition drinks. You could tell her reaction was like, nutrition drinks? Fuck you, nutrition drinks. I want health drinks. Dried up flowers. I wonder if James is going to get health drinks or nutrition drinks in the remake. We'll find out soon, in a few days, by next week. I think they'll give him health drinks. They'll keep it traditional. Plus, James is not a sissy boy. He's not going to be drinking all nutrition drinks. Give him health drinks like a man. There are photos on the wall. There are a bunch of x-ray pictures stuck up on the board. Are these Eileen's x-rays? Yeah, Henry, you saw them from the freaking board downstairs. They're the same exact x-rays. Jesus. What is wrong with this man? A question fans have been asking themselves for like 18 years. What is wrong with this man? Or no, it would actually be more like 19 years, right? Because it's 2005. We're in 2024, so yeah, 19 years. People have been asking themselves, what the hell is wrong with this man for 19 straight years? Okay, so we're full. We have to go back and dump all this stuff. And you do want to pick it up. You need it, so we gotta go back and dump it. Because once we exit out, we actually are done with the hospital. Once we leave with Eileen, we actually are done with the hospital. So that's also the thing about this section. It's too short. They should have done something more. I like all the rooms that they added with the weird stuff, but it's just way too short. It's not even a proper section. It's almost like a cameo of a hospital because, oh, the other Silent Hill games had a hospital. We have to have a hospital too. And it's like, not really. Like if you're, it makes sense for the plot, but at the same time, if you're only going to use it as almost like a cameo, oh, here's our hospital, it's not even really worth it at that point. Like, why not just transport Henry directly to her room, to Eileen's hospital room? Not even let you access the rest of it because there's almost no point. It's literally like a half an hour section if I'm not stretching it out like I am now. And that's just picking up items. That's all you're doing. You're just picking up items. So, and killing the occasional enemy. You got like 4 basically that you kill, or 5, because I think there's 2 patients. They call those patients, the burping nurses. They're not nurses, they're patients. I think there's the one in the room where Walter was, the 2 we killed for the ampule, and then there's 2 more upstairs, and that's it. So it's almost a waste of time. That's why I say design is not really that strong in this game. If they remastered this, they could do a lot with it to improve it that they can't do with the other games. Let's store all our crap, including the paper cutting knife, which we're never going to use, so let's store that crap. And actually, we should store the gun too for now, so we can carry more items, because we're actually not going to use that. So we should actually store the gun. Candle, medallion, health. There we go. Now we're set. Look at those glorious health. We got 5 nutrition drinks, an ampule, and 3 med kits. Alright, now we're set. And we're gonna pick up more. Henry, drop the handbag in there. We don't need this crap. Drop it in there. Alright, let's go back to the hole. You gotta remember, it's in the laundry room now. It's not in the bathroom anymore. The bathroom hole is closed. Speaking of which, they showed an image of the disc for the Silent Hill 2 remake. They showed a photo of it, and it says on the very surface of the disc, there was a hole here, it's gone now. They just had to bring up that line from the second game. God damn, they just had to do it. They couldn't help themselves. And of course, someone on Discord pointed out that it doesn't make sense because the hole's right there. It's right in the middle of the disc. So like that was probably the worst line they could have put in there. They should have just done the whole one where the one with Maria where she says, "See James, I'm real." But I guess, like I said, they couldn't help themselves. They just had to make a pun on the hole in the disc, even though again it makes no sense because the hole is right there in the middle of the disc, so it makes no sense. The hole hasn't gone anywhere. It's right there. Even though I like Maria, I always remember the parody line people made for that one where they basically said there was a whore here, she's gone now. People are gross. I think that was from yeah, was it from Tumblr? I think so. Tumblr or YouTube, one of the others. Probably YouTube. I don't think Tumblr would do that, but at least not the Silent Hill communities I used to hang out with on Tumblr. No, not Tumblr. What am I talking about? Not Tumblr. It's Live Journal. There we go. I'd forgotten them. They look so similar. I just get them completely mixed up. Live Journal. No, Tumblr. Tumblr would do a meme like that, but not Live Journal. It's a man's dead body. I mean, you can see this is actually Henry's dead body. They just reused the texture. See, there's only a limited amount of hospital rooms, and you have those lame ass wheelchairs too. What was even the point of those enemies? They just makes no sense. Possessed wheelchairs. There are all sorts of medicines, but I don't know what any of them are. It smells. It's some kind of skin. It smells horrible. There's something stuck in it. Around the middle of the skin, there's still some meat attached on the inside. Ugh. Imagine if it got up or started moving. That's what they should have done. They shouldn't have an effect where it moved. Oh, look at that. The image from the intro. That haunting image hanging right there. I think that's actually meant to like reference Michael Myers' outfit in the original Halloween. Remember when he put on the what do you call it, the sheet and pretended to be a ghost? He was pretending to be, what was her name? PJ Souls' boyfriend. What was her name? Cindy? Something like that? Lindsay? Lindsay. That was her name. She was pretending to be Lindsay. What the hell? I can see legs coming up from the bottom of the cloth. Yeah, looks like a ghost. Or a KKK member. One of the others. Especially with that triangle head at top. Could be either. Could be a ghost. Could be a racist. That Walter killed and hang in there. Because I guess unless you do the ritual, it doesn't really matter, right? He can kill anyone. It's just only certain people can be killed for the ritual. So yeah, he could just nab a random racist and just string him up like that. So golf club looks like a 4-iron. Take the 4-iron, yes. And speaking of golf, today sucked, man. That DP World Tour event was a waste of fucking time. It was a waste of time. Like, this guy, this unknown guy who started the week at 200 to 1, Angel Hidalgo. I hadn't even heard of him until today, or this week rather, until like yesterday or day before. I'd never even heard of this guy. He just stayed. He won wire to wire. He just rose up on day one, got himself to first place, and that's where he stayed, right at the top. Nobody could challenge him. Nobody except John Rahm even made an effort to challenge him, and Rahm screwed it up at the end. He kind of had him with her first putt in the playoff, and then he just screwed it up in the second putt, and Hidalgo won. And I barely broke even from what I'd bet. And then I placed 3 more bets on the NFL parlays, and they all lost. So even though I get the money back as free money, basically bonus bets, whatever, I get it back. But still, it's like, Jesus Christ, like Lamar Jackson, you couldn't throw 20 more yards, man. You couldn't just throw one more football to one of the receivers. Come on, man. You're already stomping They were stomping the freaking Bills from the beginning of the game. They were just dominating them. But come on, Lamar. You couldn't throw one more football. Because once the game is so overwhelming like that, they just go off the field. The quarterback for the Bills leaves. The Lamar Jackson leaves to rest. So it's basically just reserves. The backup reserves playing at that point. So yeah, they all lost. So I get them back as bonus money. But it sucked. The day sucked. So there's a horrible smell coming from inside the broken glass. I can see someone on the near side of the wire net, but they're not moving. Is it a dead body? Probably, Henry, probably. The glass is broken. I also wish they had more stuff you can collect inside them besides just weapons and ammo and health. You know, like little knickknacks or something that's strange. Imagine if you just found some strange items and they weren't even stuff to use. It was just weird stuff for display. We can't kill those guys. Like, what is even the point of that room? So you can see we're finding some unusual rooms. This is what I like to call the noose room. This wall must be to prevent suicides. So is St. Jerome a medical hospital or a mental hospital? Looks like a medical hospital, but now it has a mental hospital here. Did he steal this from Brookhaven? That terrible smell. What's behind this cloth? Almost looks like a Hellraiser room with those hooks. Like a room where Pinhead would do his business of skinning people and torturing them. Oh, here we go. Now we got him. Got him. They do hit hard. They do hit hard. They're gross and nasty. Their breath must smell terrific. I wonder how long it takes them to get up if you just leave them like that and you don't stop them the second time. I think they do get up, but I'm not sure how. Like, maybe 5 minutes? It's some kind of skin. It smells so bad. It must be fairly new. My God, is it human skin? So it looks like Leatherface was here keeping Walter company and doing some skinning there. He was doing some work. Walter knows everybody. I'm sure he'd be quite acquainted with Bubba. They have a lot in common. Messed up families. Nobody understands them except for them. Oh boy, here's the one thing that everybody remembers from this hospital section. The Eileen head. And yes, you can hit it. You know what would have been cool and weird? If they made it so that you could affect Eileen's health with this, and if you attack this too many times, you killed her. That would have been interesting as hell to do. It's cross-eyed now, it just follows you around. Why is Walter even making this? Everybody remembers that head. Everybody. I was a bit let down because I thought it would do more than just gasp and breathe like that and look at you. People like the IGN and all the reviews say that was like one of the scariest parts of the game. Or at least one of the freakiest parts of the game, coming across that giant head, and no, it doesn't really do anything. It's wet from rain? What do we have? Oh yeah, we haven't collected anything. Almost out of rooms, we got 8 left. Oh yeah, and the wheelchairs have an aura to them. Oh, we got the sticky room. This is one, it's all covered in glue. You can't run. You just stick to the floor. Wonder what this is. It's sticky and gray. Or maybe it used to be white. Think it's semen and not glue? Walter's been doing some spunking in there. You can attack the wheelchair, but you can't really harm it. Revolver bullets, hell yeah. You only get 24 revolver bullets in the whole game. 6 in the gun. And 18 outside, so use them wisely. This long thing, what the hell is it? Some kind of umbilical cord? Yep, Henry, that's exactly what it is. An umbilical cord. I think I'm losing my touch with the NFL stuff. I used to be able to predict lots of parlays, and now I just can't get a handle on them. It's just too difficult. The competition has become so drastic that even teams that used to suck and were reliably bad are now starting to play good. They're playing well, so it makes it difficult to predict what's going to happen. And the quarterback stuff is always unpredictable, so that was a bad bet on my part. I should just gone with Derrick Henry and rushing yards. That would have been an easy win, because he literally got a touchdown at the very beginning and fulfilled his yards that he needed to get. So that would have been an easy way to meet that requirement. The sterile room. Which one is the sterile room? Yeah, there's 2 of them. So there is another side to the hospital. We just can't get to it. Alright, there's 4. Oh, look at this one. Also, it's open. Look at that, it's open. And the sky looks to be gray. So it doesn't look like there's anything actually outside the hospital. Like this whole structure is just standing freeform. It's not connected to anything so far. At least in this corner. Oh yeah, this. You gotta take the key. It's a key. Take the hospital room key. And some people tend to get stuck here. All you gotta do is just keep trying to open it. You use the key. There you go. I think it's more jump scare than anything. Get out, wheelchair. So Eileen is in one of these rooms. Oh, so she's in the other one. Oh, here's an extra nurse. They have a cool themes. The sound effect that plays when they attack is just the actual noise they make is disgusting and juvenile. It's a sterile room. Looks like another corpse of Henry who didn't make it. Alright, so we got everything we can, so yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, should we kill this enemy in here, because I think there's gonna be one in the elevator, and Eileen, we might need that. The elevator must be on another floor. I need to press the button on the right to call. Yeah, the wheelchairs run you over. Comedy Central. Ghosts are speeding on wheelchairs. Yeah, let's take care of this first. There we go. because that'll clear the path downstairs. We actually needed to raise the elevator to progress, so that clears it. God damn. Really? Really, fool? Actually, should we go back downstairs and check to see if there's more patients down there? Nope, we're still not here. We might need the gun actually, but I'm not sure. Should we go back and get it, or? Oh yeah, we do have to. I just remember we do have to go back and heal because the fan's gonna stop working soon. So you might as well go and heal and get the handgun too, because we're gonna need to take down the patients quickly because we have Eileen with us. We have Eileen with us, so that's not gonna work if she gets hit by one of them. It's a huge damage. So we might as well heal one last time before the fan stops working. All right, Henry, we get it. Yeah, there we go. We are healing. Gonna put all that stuff away. We're gonna keep 10 bullets. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. Actually, we might use a revolver just because that stairway is kind of tricky. So yeah, we're gonna put that away. Put this away. Need that key. Where's our gun? Look at all the golf clubs we have. Here we go. Got the gun. Got the revolver. And 10 bullets. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. We're gonna save just in case this goes horribly wrong again. Actually, I'm kind of wondering if I should play Astrobot, if I should just keep going with Alan Wake. Because we actually made significant progress last time. And we left off at a pretty decent spot, so I'm not sure if we should go with Astro or Alan Wake. Probably should have started this earlier. Did we fully heal up? Oh well, if we didn't, too bad. Oh, and I want to show you this gate is locked. We need a key for that. Alright, let's go rescue Eileen. It doesn't look like I can go any further, which sucks that you can't explore the hospital further. Like I said, it's not really a full hospital, it's basically just like a floor. 2 floors and that's it. We do not have any health items. There's scalpel, scissors, and other surgical instruments here. What are they doing here? It's a hospital, Henry. What do you expect?
Eileen! Eileen, relax!
Henry? From next door. What are you doing here?
I don't know where to start. There was this strange hole in my room. I saw people getting killed. All these weird other worlds. And I saw you get attacked too.
What are you talking about? I'm supposed to believe that?
But it's true. And there was a kid with you.
I remember now. I was getting ready to go to my friend's party. The boy protected me from the man with the coat. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I guess there's something wrong with me. I just feel so scared. This place. Where is it anyway?
I don't know either. But I do know that if you get killed here, then you die in the real world too. Anyway, the only way out of here is through that hole.
Okay. Okay, take me with you.
Shouldn't they have left their fingers a bit more exposed so you could actually grab stuff? Or are they really that messed up? So yeah, here starts the beginning of what becomes a... Oh, these motherfuckers. Game-long escort mission, pretty much. Yeah, see if we can do this without harming Eileen, because these motherfuckers are... Got him. Don't be alarmed. God damn. Don't be alarmed, Eileen. That's just how they sound. Yeah, you do not want her touching these things. These are too powerful. You want her to kill small stuff that she can swat away. So this is probably the worst type of escort mission you can get because, like I say, you've got a hobbled character. She can't run properly. She can't defend herself all that well. So it just becomes a tedious way to do it. And also, unlike Ashley and RE4 original, you can't give her orders, which I don't understand how. It would have taken like 2 lines of programming to allow you to give her orders. I don't understand why that was left off.
This is a nightmare. It can't be happening.
I guess it's to make you feel more helpless, but it just makes it look more frustrating. Yeah, hit him hard, Henry, hit him fast. Henry, stomp that thing. There we go. We didn't even need the bullets this time. Yeah, maybe we'll proceed with Alan Wake, because I think I just uploaded uploaded 2 long videos of Astrobots, so we've got some Resident Evil stuff to upload after that, and then Silent Hill, so we've got enough Astrobot for a while, for at least a couple days. Maybe we just go with Alan Wake again. Try to get further in there, see if we can get to a point where we can beat the game and play the DLC. Because that's another game I want to finish up before Silent Hill 2. Yeah, so there's no way she's going to be able to go in there unless she gets sucked in like a vacuum. So you'll notice that this world seems to exist in like the dream world. You can't actually leave here through that hole and go back to reality unless you're Henry or someone else. Because we saw it earlier, Richard was sleeping while he was in there. So obviously this is not a physical location. This is another dimension you can enter through the dream world. Like through your consciousness goes there, but your body stays in the real world. So Walter is not physically out in the real world. He is literally like the police guy said, a ghost. Eileen, she's gone. Which is an interesting choice because before the other world was pretty much confined to Silent Hill. But then starting from 3 and onwards, it can manifest anywhere. So basically, that's a pretty neat choice because that means it can go anywhere. Maybe it's just my nerd playing tricks on me, but this photo gives me a weird feeling. Maybe it's my imagination, but I get that weird feeling looking at this photo too. I didn't think anything of it when I took the picture, but now it gives me a seriously creepy feeling. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I feel something like fear coming from this photo. You notice what's not here anymore? The health bar. And you heard that crash, that means we've lost a fan. Which also means we've lost the healing ability of the room. The air in this room feels heavy. Yeah, we've lost our healing guide. Pick up this red paper. No, it's a red envelope. There's a letter and a small key inside. You've seen that world as well, that horrible nightmare, but if you get sucked into it, it's not just a nightmare. Don't get lost in there. If you get pulled in, you'll be killed. But there's still hope. Maybe this small key... Why did they put in quotation marks? Maybe this small key will guide you. If you've seen the door with the placard set in it, look on the other side of the door. Then keep going down to the deepest part of him and look for the ultimate truth. July 20, Joseph. Small but ordinary key found in a red envelope. Yeah, I really like the story of this. It's like a mystery that you unravel little by little. Very different from the other Silent Hills. Very different feeling. Oh, we got 3 more pages. God damn. Okay, so you know what? Now let's keep the bullets. I was gonna put them away, but I just remember there's monkeys later on, so let's just keep the bullets. Oh, let's read the pages first. We got 3 of them. I always forgot during my original playthroughs to get that one that's dark. I never saw it. I didn't see it close, so I just figured there were 2 pages, and then when we got to the results screen, there would be 1 less memo. I always wondered where was it, and it was literally lying right there. You just can't see it clearly. How long has it been since I left this room? I can't tell if it's been days or hours, but during that time they found the body of 14/21. Been having hallucinations lately. I think I'm losing my mind. No date written. Red diary has no date. Here's another one. Looks like a scrap from a diary. Walter Sullivan did kill himself. He died in his prison cell of blood loss after he stabbed himself in the neck with a spoon. His body was buried in a cemetery just outside of his hometown of Silent Hill in an unmarked grave. After that, his name became famous all over the world, and it looked like his string of mass murders was finished at 10 out of 21. But 3 years later, they found a corpse that had 12/21 carved into it. The corpse was from 6 months earlier. In other words, the person was killed 2.5 years after Sullivan committed suicide. The MO was exactly the same as Sullivan's, except for one thing. All 10 of Sullivan's victims were found with their hearts cut out and their chest wounds sewn together expertly with thread. On the other hand, the 12/21 victims still had their heart. That actually makes you wonder what Walter was studying in university. Maybe he was studying to be a doctor. Maybe he studied medicine. That would make sense given his background. Naturally, the police think it's a copycat and are proceeding on that basis, but they haven't made any progress and recently discovered victim number 13. This corpse also had their heart intact. The police still haven't even identified a suspect. I've got a working hypothesis. Very few people knew the details of the original crimes and would be able to copy Sullivan's MO so precisely. First, I'll head to Silent Hill, to the graveyard near that beautiful little lake. Maybe I'll find the answer there. June 11th. Like how he calls the lake beautiful. He just has to compliment it even as he's investigating this. So you notice we'll get no more transmissions from the radio. From here on, it's strictly a device to detect stuff in your room. You'll see it later on. It's a haunting detection device. The weather that day was very strange. Even though I avoided the earlier storm, there was still a thick fog clinging to everything. That's because there's always a thick fog in Silent Hill. Joseph, it crosses over into another dimension. That's why. Fortunately, that allowed me to avoid being seen and get right to work. The police are still stubbornly acting if it's just a copycat case. So I figured things probably hadn't been touched here, but I was wrong. I should have come sooner. The cemetery was in such bad condition that it was almost sad. The storm must have raised the sea level. Anyway, that's how it was when I found Walter Sullivan's grave. This diary is pretty damaged around this point and I can't read anymore. I'm still in shock. There was no body in the grave, and on top of that, written on their coffin were the numbers 11/21. June 14. Walter rose from the dead. He rose from the dead, like Jesus. He's a dirty, homeless hobo Jesus. That's what he is. He rose out of his grave. Now he's taking revenge. Or rather, he's continuing his work. Although he did take revenge against a couple of the people. It was personal, but yeah, he just rose from the grave to continue his work. Like Jesus. Walter Sullivan is basically the Silent Hill Order's own dirty Jesus. That's what he is. If Deadpool is a Marvel Jesus, then Walter is Order Jesus. He even has the long hair too, like a hippie. Yeah, I wonder what I should do next. I don't think I'm going to do Astrobot, because I like to keep this very specific time for when I get those trophies. I already passed that. I'm thinking either Alan Wake or, I don't know, I might watch a movie instead. There's a movie I wanted to finish, Two Evil Eyes from George Romero and Dario Argento. I wanted to finish that. Might watch that instead. Because this took longer than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be like half an hour. And we're almost at an hour right now, so... Eileen is pale as hell. Lost a lot of blood, I guess.
Oh.
So I wager.
Yeah? And I didn't see any hole either. You just disappeared all of a sudden.
So she can't see the
I can't
holes.
stay here by myself. I'll be cursed. You know it. What am I gonna do?
I might know a way to save you. Do you know about someone named Joseph?
Yeah. He was the guy who lived in your apartment before you. I think he was a journalist or something. He disappeared about 6 months before you moved in. But toward the end, he started acting really weird.
Yeah. He was doing an investigation about a religious cult and a man named Walter Sullivan. I got this letter from him. He told me to go down into the deepest part of him, and to look for the ultimate truth. Let's do that. There must be something down there.
Okay. I'll do it. You're the only chance I've got. I'll stick with you.
So that thing about her being cursed, that's a hint not to leave her alone for too long in here. Or leave her undefended. The more damage Eileen takes, the more she gets injured and the more she's vulnerable to Walter's influence. That's when she starts spazzing out and spouting order lines and acting crazy and stuff like that. And if she gets too damaged and she's on her last legs, she can't die. Because obviously the game will be over if she did, so she can't die at all. But if she's severely damaged, she can actually radiate an aura that will actually harm Henry as much as the ghost do. The same way the ghosts on the wheelchairs do, she'll radiate that aura too. So you really want to keep her in a healthy shape. You can heal her towards the end with a candle, but you gotta be quick about it before you reach the final cutscene in Frank Sunderland's room. But also it's just best to keep her safe. So there is an easy way to do it. I'll show it later to you. But basically you really have to run ahead of her and then get into the next room before she goes there, because that's where you can kind of leave her behind in the empty room. You clear out the enemies, then you come back and get her. It would be a lot easier if you had an order you could give her, like Ashley, where you could just tell her stay or go, but it doesn't work like that. That what was left of Teen Silent did not approach it in that manner. I say because this might get a little hairy here. This might get a little hairy. Ooh, let's see if we can oh come on, Eileen, back off. Look at that, Jesus Christ. Off. Oh, we need a revolver. Too powerful. There we go. Back off, fool. Actually, you know what? Let's start that over. Let's start that over because we took damage, and I just remembered. Shit, we can. Can we restart? We cannot take damage from those fools. They hit too hard, and we have. No, I don't want to continue. I want to load. What the hell? No, I want to load the game. Because if you continue, it docks you points from the result screen, like the old Resident Evil. So I don't want to. I want to load the game. I think we can skip the cutscene with Eileen. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stick with the revolver just for those three, because there's too much risk of them hitting us. Or maybe we can hit one. Just the first one should be fine. We should be able to hit the first one. It's the other two we need the revolver for. Or at least a gun. Yeah, I think we can skip this. We don't need to watch it again. We already did. Yeah, we can. Good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the first one with the. You know what? Maybe we can leave Eileen behind. Let's see. Let's see if we get a running start. There we go. Let's see if we can get a running start. Because that way we don't have to worry about her. Oh shit, what are you doing? Where's he going? God damn. Come on. Come on, you fools. Oh, that one's stubborn, huh? Come on, man. That is so fucking goofy, man. That is so fucking goofy. Henry, what are you doing? Fool. Damn, you just don't die. They just don't fucking die. It's the burping fest. That is so fucking goofy. Jesus Christ. Why did that one react? It's like 3 meters away. The one over here is like 3 meters away. Why did he jump when Why did he jump when we attacked that one? That makes no fucking sense. Are they like spiritually linked or something? They got like a psychic bond? Alright, there we go. We cleared them out. We only used 2 revolver shells. That's good. Well, 2 revolver bullets rather. Ocelot would have it fit with me referring to them as shells. He'd be like, how dare you? It's bullets. You little bullets into that well-greased, oily chamber. It's not freaking shells. Shells or shotguns. It's bullets. He'd be so fucking offended. Probably kill a person over that. If Snake had referred to it as revolver shells instead of revolver bullets, he'd have been so pissed. He'd have probably killed Snake. Both the Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3 and the Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1. He'd have been so pissed off that he'd just say, you know what, fuck whatever Liquid's intentions are, I'm gonna kill this guy right now just for referring to it as shells instead of bullets. Ever downward. Even though we can tell it says more down there, they don't want to let us read. So we finally got the key to be able to open up these doors. Or rather, that we can open up since they're coming from behind. There we go. Now this is actually a very cool concept you're gonna see here in a moment. Here we go. This is the famous stairwell. I forgot what it's called. It has an official name to it, but this is where you basically descending between the worlds. Look at that, all sorts of nice things here. Some Hellraiser bodies hanging there, like in the labyrinth. You got cages. So that was the first top layer of the world. So that's the very top layer. You can see in the hospital there's nothing above that. It's just gray. So you start with the hospital then. That's layer number, probably 5 or 6, something like that.
What is this place?
It's like an umbilical cord almost, connecting the different worlds. I hadn't even realized that before. But we're gonna save here, because the very next door that we open, you can see it right there below. You can see it right there, towards the right hand corner right there, where you have that little spot. That's the door. That door is actually gonna lead us back to the subway world. So right after that, we have to go into the bathroom and save. So I think we're gonna save here instead, because this is like, we're in an hour 2 minutes. This is the perfect stopping point. You can also see there's nothing behind the hole, so it is literally just transporting Harry's consciousness, his mind, across their different realities. It's not physically sucking into a hole like a chute in Willy Wonka's factory. It's just his mind that's being transported, because you can see there's obviously nothing behind that hole at all. It's just air. But once he steps in there, his mind transports back to the quote-unquote real world place. Is this the real world or not? We're gonna see eventually. Yep, no more health. We can't put away the revolver for now though, because the monkey's actually very vulnerable to gunfire, so we need just a regular gun. You won't need that one again until we go to fight more patients near the end. And we got our first haunting. You can see it right there. Now normally you would get rid of this by clearing them using using the candles or the medallions, but we're not going to do that right now, because I'm actually aiming for one of the let's just say, shall we say, more disturbing endings. So we're not gonna bother even doing that right now. We're gonna go around them so that we're not exposed to the aura once we touch the safe pad. So we're gonna, Henry, put away the revolver. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, I'm trying to think, how many monkeys are there? I think we've got like 3 in the first section. The dogs are gone. I don't think the dogs are back. We got ghost number 1. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but we're going to have to confront them eventually. Ghosty number 1. Oh yeah, so since we do have to confront ghost number 1, let's see, we do get an extra candle later on, but that's not going to do us much good, so. 1 full candle, by the way, will knock out a spirit. No matter who it is, whether it's a boss ghost or regular ghost, 1 full candle will knock them out. But the problem with the candles is they're very scarce, and you need them specifically for the apartment building. It's a lot easier to clear hauntings in the apartment than over there because it's stationary. They don't move, you know, and the ghosts move. So like if you try to put a ghost here if you try to put a candle in front of the first ghost, they will move away from it, and it'll be basically a waste. So we're gonna go with the good old-fashioned Saint Medallion, the Alessa Medallion. We're gonna take that. Got one sword. Don't worry, we'll get more. Let's see. I'm trying to determine how many we need. We use one to pin Hillbilly Ghost. We need this one for the next one. We do not need a sword for the forest world. We don't need one there. Because that ghost, I believe that ghost actually has no item that it needs to give us at all. It's just there. It's just floating around. So we don't need one for that. So yeah, that's fine. I think we are fine because I think we can just get the one from the prison. Okay, so these are the one for the building world, right? I'm trying to figure it out. This is the one from the building world. We got two from there, right? We got two from the building world. We use one on Hillbilly Ghost. Steve Garland, we use one on him. We kept this one. Yeah, we kept this one. This is the one we found, or one of them we found behind the elevator. So we got that. Yeah, that's fine. Because we're going to use this one there. I got to look up the location of the fourth one. I don't remember where it is. There's one underneath a bed in Prison World. The water prison. There's one there. Where's the other one? I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to look it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to look it up. But I know there's one. Actually, might as well do that right now since I'm not going to actually... since I'm not going to play Astrobot or anything that takes priority. Let me look that up. See where the sword locations are. Because I'm wondering if we're missing one. Sword of Obedience. Here we go. Let's see where they are. Come on, Google. Do your thing. Damn it, Google. Why do you get stuck like that? I hate it. Tends to get stuck. Oh, I see it. So we did get the two from Building World. There's also one outside the door before leaving the world after moving the King Street light. Okay, so it's impossible to miss. It's impossible to miss because it's literally right by the exit. It's literally right by the door. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. It's impossible to miss. So yeah, we're just going to take this one. Going to take this. And hope for the best. Hope that we can get through it without using up too much health. Hopefully get through it. I'm wondering if I should give Eileen her handbag or not, if it's even worth it. Because I don't want her to get injured in the fight. But the thing is that the way that ghost moves, I'm not sure it actually can injure her. I don't think the attack is has a wide enough range. So I'm wondering if it might be better to just give her it and beat it down with between the both of us. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. If she does take damage, we'll just reset next time. But whatever. Yeah. Because the thing is, the riding crop would be a lot more useful. But the problem is the riding crop, you don't get it until after you encounter that ghost. So it's not going to do us much good. It's not going to do us much good because we don't get it until afterwards. And I want to pin it in the exact same spot we encounter it so that it's not following us everywhere. So ooh, yeah, we don't want to do that. As long as you can see that eye in the left hand corner, you're good. So Stay away from the windows. Stay away from the windows. Alright, return from below hospital world. There we go. So that is it for the hospital world for Silent Hill 4 St. Jerome's Hospital. Like I said, it's a pretty short sequence. We kind of stretched it out just due to the commentary and trying to gather every single item. So if you can easily run through that whole section in that 15 minutes tops. If you don't mind, if you don't want to pick up anything. Like if you have the code, not the code, if you have the special mode enabled where you get health drinks and ammo in your apartment building, you don't really need that at all. The only thing you need to pick up is just an amulet if you find one, a medallion, and a candle. Otherwise you can leave all that stuff behind because you get it in your apartment building, so you don't need any health. But yeah, it's a pretty short section. It does not compare. You know, let's go over here because that noise is deafening. Maybe we can go in the laundry room instead. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so basically, what I was saying, it's a very short section. It doesn't compare to the other hospitals in the series. I think those are way better. Even the one from Origins is better than this. Like it has some interesting qualities to it. It has some story background for the characters, for Alessa and even Kaufman and Lisa. So it's just much better overall environment. And the only one that say is worse is probably the one in Silent Hill Homecoming. But there's a reason that's regarded as the worst game in the series. Besides stuff that doesn't matter, like Book of Memories or Silent Hill Arcade or stuff like that. There's a reason it's regarded as the worst. So Alchemilla over there sucked, but even then, like, I still think this is probably the worst of the regular games, not counting that abomination from Homecoming. It's just too short. It has some intriguing concepts in it, some really interesting stuff that you can find with all those weird rooms and how they always switch orders. I never see them in the exact same order once. It's always randomized. Each and every single playthrough it's randomized, so you never get the same sequence of rooms twice ever, which is pretty cool that you have an infinite amount of ways to randomize it basically. But the thing is, like I said, it's just like I said, it's too short. They probably in retrospect they probably either should have cut out most of it and done something differently, like maybe just transport to like some, I don't know, like maybe some darkened environment with just one single hospital room and it's Eileen, or like some mishmash or different city elements. I don't know, they could have found something better to do than this, or gone full-blown Silent Hill with it and actually given us a proper hospital, because 2 floors of the hospital, one of which doesn't have much in it except a couple items, is not really, you know, optimal game design. It's not really blowing away anyone or wowing people with its presentation. I'd much rather prefer a full-blown hospital, but I guess that's something to consider if they ever do a full-blown remake of this game. A remaster probably wouldn't touch that, because a remaster is just going to clean up the graphics, clean up the sound, hopefully replace the sound with some proper sound effects instead of this 70s cassette tape bullshit, you know. Hopefully they'd replace the sound with proper sound effects, but other than that, they're not going to do much. They're just going to improve the graphics, make it hopefully smoother to control, a couple gameplay differences and tweaks here and there, but it's not going to be a big deal. So it's still going to be just the same 2 floors of the hospital. So what can I say? It is what it is. They cut corners to put out this game. They were understaffed. Half of the staff from Team Silent had left Konami by that point. They were gone from the company, so I get it. They did not have as much resources as they did in the previous games, so they still could have done something better. But yeah, other than that, we're through with that section. We never have to come back to the hospital again. We got everything we needed to get. Got all the items there. We rescued Eileen, killed all the patients, and we did it without wasting an ounce of health. Now that we can no longer heal in our apartment room. The healing factor is gone, so now we have to rely exclusively on health drinks. Sorry, nutrition drinks. med kits, and the ampule, which we will save for the very end. I believe there's only one other ampule in the entire game, and I believe it's in the apartment building. Probably. Either that or the water prison world. One of those two. But yeah, we will save those for the very, very end. Actually, it's probably the apartment building, because I think we get it just before we're going to fight the final boss in the end. So yeah, it is. I'm remembering now, it is in the apartment building. It's like 10 minutes before the final boss we get it. So yeah, now we have to be very careful. So what we'll do is we'll try to avoid taking too much damage, and if we do take a lot of damage, since we can't heal properly, we just reload. It's as like you saw earlier, as long as you leave Eileen behind in a lot of rooms and tackle the enemies yourself, it's much easier to move. It's much easier to preserve your health and not get hit. And if you have to watch out for her and make sure she doesn't get hit, that causes you to get distracted. Henry can't maneuver. She sticks close to you like Ashley does in OE4 Remake, but unlike Ashley, you cannot give her any orders, so you can't tell her to back off. Like I said, the one thing you want to do for Eileen is you want to give her the most optimal weapon you can. First it will be the riding crop, then it will be the chain, and then just leave her like one enemy. That's it. Like, you hit him from one side, she hits it from the other side, and that's how you take care of them. Don't even try to have her go up against a full-blown enemy that's accompanied by another one, like 2 double heads or 2 dogs or whatever. She'll just get her ass kicked and she'll get damaged. So you want to play her very carefully, very cautiously. Basically, you want to try to cheese the game at its own game. You know, it's telling you, oh, you have to keep Eileen close to her and you have to keep her safe. No, keep her away from you. In the very next room, the very next area, go in, kill everything, and then bring her back. And if there's like one dude, that's what you do. You just double team that one dude. You hit him with the axe, she hit him with the chain or the riding crop, and you take it down together. But yeah, it's gonna be a very different style of play once we have to watch out for Eileen, because she's so fragile. Like I said, she doesn't die, but the more she takes damage, the more she gets possessed. And then if she gets ultra possessed, when she's really taking damage, that by that point, one, she can almost no longer move, so it's tedious to drag her through the whole worlds. And secondly, she will damage you. The aura will actually drain your health and try to kill you. So it's a very strong incentive to actually keep her safe and sound, at least throughout the whole thing until the very end of the game. Look at that, it's gone. Just like that, it's gone. We didn't even do anything. It just disappeared. That's the other good thing about the hauntings too. If you don't resolve them on their own, some of them will disappear. And the way you can always tell is by going to the radio and clicking. When you hear something amiss in the room and you see there's a haunting, the radio will alert you. It'll give out static. When the haunting is gone, either because you've cleared it or it just went away on its own, like this one did, you will get nothing but a click. You won't hear anything from the radio, and that's basically your radio for this game. The way the radio works for Harry and James and Heather in the other 3 games. That's the way it works. And for Travis, I suppose. It works that way too for Travis. So yeah, there you go. The hauntings disappeared, and it will count against your score in the end. And it will determine what ending you get. So like I said, we're aiming for a less than positive ending, so that's off to a good start. But that's it for now. I will see you again in a bit. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time on Silent Hill 4, The Room, on the original, OG, goated, greatest of all time, PS2. See you later.